everybody. Thank you for watching again. I just want to first of all thank you for all, the likes and the when you guys watch my videos. I can't tell who's watching it, obviously, as you all know, but for those of you who are actually watching them, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. I mean, the whole idea of this YouTube video is for purely entertainment for myself as well as you all. I just want to have a fun time, enjoy what I'm doing other than school and work, just have a hobby that I love to do, which is makeup. But I also want to do a talk kind of videos as well, kind of share a little bit of my story with you guys and maybe give some advices to whatever you all want me to. Today's video, I wanted to do it on being the oldest kid, I would say, not necessarily daughter, but also the oldest son. And I just want to give a little bit of advice and also some tips that has helped me be the oldest or eldest of like 6. So I was the firstborn, and it's a little bit tough, but yes, that's what I will be talking to you guys about today. If you want to see what this will be, I guess what I will be talking about, then please keep on watching. So as I have mentioned before, literally like a second ago, I am the oldest of 6, so with me is 7 kids. My parents had me at a very young age. They were both 15 and 16. So right now you can tell I'm 21, so they're still in their 30s, mid-30s. So, yeah, that's the beginning. I don't know how to do this. This is so weird. Like, you just start talking. I was born in Nicaragua, and if you all know me, sometimes I talk about it. Sometimes people just assume I'm from Mexico, which I have learned to, I don't know, just leave it alone. I used to get super upset when I was in like elementary school because they're like, no. But anyways, yes, I was born over there. So my parents being 15 and 16, we had some difficulties monetary, economically. Neither one of my parents' were really there for them like that. And yeah, after me, there obviously came the other ones. I do have a couple, I think 4 half sisters, and I have 1 half brother, which he's always on my social media if you follow me, which I will leave them like right here somewhere, so you guys can follow me there. So my youngest sibling right now, she's 4. Yeah, she's 4. So yeah, imagine 4 and then 21. So like, she can easily be my child, right? No. She's currently living in Nicaragua with my dad and my other sister and their mom. And right now I have my 19-year-old brother, my 10-year-old sister, and my 5-year-old little brother that are living with my mom and my stepdad. And then, well, I live by myself, but I still see them all the time, as you can tell. Again, on my Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, or wherever it is. Being the oldest, it is a challenge because, you know that there's this little people always looking, I guess, at what's the word? To you. There you go. They're always looking up to you. So whatever you're doing, they are right there, So it's pretty difficult because the responsibility, just comes down on you as being the oldest. Your parents take the role of, you have to be there for them. You have to care for them, which is a thing that you normally do as an older sibling anyway. That's just what you do. But there's responsibility where you have to watch them at some point when your parents have to go work, or you have to change their diapers. You have to be the big sister, big brother type of thing, And luckily, and I'm blessed as I am, my mom has always been a tremendous mother who, she hasn't made me feel like they're my kids. I have made that role upon myself. I discipline them when they have to be disciplined, but there's a limit. Sometimes I may forget, but then it's like, okay, I have to draw the line where I'm the sister and not the mom. I'm not the parent. And it's tough if you are a big sister or a big brother. You know what I mean. So that's one of the things is a little bit difficult, trying to find the line as to where, you have to remember that you are the sister or the brother. and that you are supposed to be more of a friend rather than having them be scared of you because they see you as a parent. You know what I mean? Me and my brother, my 19-year-old brother, we basically grew up as twins. Like, everywhere I would go, he would go. If I couldn't do anything, he couldn't do anything, and vice versa. If he couldn't do anything, I couldn't do anything. So there's that thing where you feel like you're stuck, at some points, like, like we're not the same person. He understood that. Our parents were kind of like, okay, it's not fair. Well, I am older. Another thing would be that I just thought about is when you're babysitting or you're watching your younger sibling, your younger sister or brother, and they do a mess, right? They break something or they color on something or whatever. It's your fault. You know what I mean? It's your fault that they did that. Even though you weren't, like, technically watching babysitting, like, the title, like, oh, babysit them. You know what I mean? No, it's your fault. You're supposed to be watching after them 24/7, making sure that they're not doing anything because they're only 2, they're only 3. Yeah. So it's your fault. And that's something that parents do all across. I see it with my sister now that she's 10, my little brother's 5. He's doing something and she gets in trouble for it. But it's something that, I'm not saying it's like they should stop. It's just something that happens. You can't really control it. And getting to the serious part, being the oldest, it's a lot of responsibility just because you have to do good. You have to try to be the most perfect person you can because, you don't want when your sister or brother or whoever gets older that they kind of say, well, she didn't go to college, why should I go to college? Tell your parents that. Or she didn't get a job until blah, blah, blah. What, you don't want that to happen. And as for myself, I feel like what I'm doing right now, that means that my sister or my brother, my little brother, or my other younger sisters will not have that excuse as to say, well, she didn't go to school or she didn't work or blah, because I am working and I'm going to school. And just knowing that they won't have that excuse is kind of satisfying because that doesn't mean like it'll get to be easier for them. It just means that they will have to work as hard as I am working because I will be able to say, I know what that feels like and I still didn't quit, and you will always be there for them. Whereas being the oldest, you don't really have somebody there for you in regards to call them your friend or rely on them, or if you're having board problems or if you're having just parents situation where you need to talk to somebody, you don't have that as the oldest unless you're really close to a cousin or whoever may be a little older than you, which I didn't really have that. I was basically just me, it's just me, myself, and I, literally. And it's just tough growing up like that because you bottle everything inside. Like, you bottle everything that you go through and you try to rely on your friends, but sometimes, their advices are not going to be as wise as somebody who truly, deeply cares for you. Somebody who wants the best for you, somebody who's going to be there until you're like old, like an old lady, an old man. And your friends won't really do that for you because they can be here today and they won't be here tomorrow. They can be here maybe in 10 years, but in 20 years, you're not even going to be talking again. So why would they care so much for you to give you advice that's going to benefit you when in reality, they don't really, it's bad to say it like this, but sometimes they don't really care and they just do it just because they're tired of you nagging or they're tired of you just being so dramatic or whatever. So you don't really have that as an older sister or older brother. You don't have somebody there for you. And if you're a middle child or if you're the second or the youngest and you know what that feels like, even though you have older siblings and you still feel alone, I'm sorry that that's happening to you because it really sucks when you don't have somebody to talk to. It really sucks when you're growing up as a 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old, trying to figure out your life. You're still in middle school, high school, you have boy problems, you don't know who you like 3 different people, you can't have a boyfriend, but you really want to have a boyfriend, and you don't know who to tell that you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I'm talking my perspective, but of a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. You don't really have that. And it truly sucks, but in the end, being the oldest does have its good, I guess a little bit of, or a lot of, actually a lot, it outweighs being the oldest. You get to experience your little siblings grow up. You get to be there in every aspect of their life, from the moment that they are born to the moment where you're like, dang, they're already old. You know, one of my sisters is already 13 years old, and I'm just like, man, I remember when she was only like 5, and she was only like 6. My little brother's 5. I remember when I changed his first poopy diaper, and he's 5 now, thinking he's all grown up. You know what I mean? It's such an amazing time where you get to experience them growing up. You get to experience their first words, their first steps, their first even talk back, you know, when they're talking back to you, or they're eye rolling, or whatever it is that they do. They're silly, funny comments that some little kids come up with, and you're just like, where did you even think of this? Things like that. You get to experience all of that, and they don't. They don't get to experience that with each other. I don't know, with them. I don't know. So that's one of the best things about being the oldest sister or oldest brother, is that you get to experience that. You get to tell them when they get older, I used to change your diaper, you know, tell them embarrassing stories that they just tell you to stop, but you're like, no, it's funny. I get to do that because I dealt with you from the moment that you were born. You know, I dealt with you, and now I get to have my fun. So that's one of the most satisfying thing I can say as being the oldest, being able to see them achieve little things. You know, my sister gets a lot of recognition at school. She's really smart. My little brother, get to see him go to his first day of preschool. He's going on to kindergarten, and get to experience that with him. You know, his promotions, his just anything crazy things that he may come up with. My sisters, you know, when I visited them last June, I got to see their life, their side, you know, and I enjoyed it. For the 3 weeks were the best time of my life that I had to enjoy being with them, and I can't wait to go back and do it again, and just having them call me, you know, their big sister, and having them see how proud they are of having me as a sister. That's something that I will always cherish. And my dad telling me that, you know, my sister right now, she's playing volleyball, and I am so proud, because it makes me think like, you know, I'm doing something right for them. I'm doing something that they will in the future say, you know, you inspired me to do this. Thank you for being there for me. Those are the words that I'm looking for in them, that one day they will tell me thank you for being there for them, and for giving them advice, and for pushing them to be better. That's something that I've always looked for, that I always look for, and that's what pushes me to keep going and not stop until I know that I've done the best that I can, or the best that I could for them. That's something that will always motivate me, even though I'm 50 and they're 20, 30, whatever. That's something that I will never stop being. I will never stop being an older sister, and I will never stop loving them, and I will never stop caring for them, and I will never leave them. I will never do that. And those are the most satisfying things about being the oldest. But yeah, I hope this video is not too long, or it doesn't bore you or anything. I got a little sentimental there for a little bit, but thank you guys so much if you got to this point, to the end, for watching me. Please don't forget to give it a like or a thumbs up. That's what I was gonna say. Comment down below if you're the oldest, or what do you think, if you're the middle kid, or if you're the youngest, or if you're the 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th kid, or whatever. Let me know down below. If you have any questions in regards to if you're just becoming an older sister or an older brother, or if you're the youngest kid, or whatever question you may have, don't feel shy to leave it down below. I will always try to respond to you guys. And if you're the oldest kid, I know you understand what I'm saying. So leave a comment down below with the funniest thing that your sibling has I guess, done if you're the oldest, or a funny memory that you can think of your youngest or one of your younger siblings. So yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. And stay tuned because I will try to film more throughout the day so I have better lighting like this one so you guys can actually see what I'm doing with my makeup. And I hope to post soon. Probably not this week, but I'll try maybe on Sunday. So next Sunday, since I will be working literally Monday through Saturday this week. So yeah, I love you all so much and have an amazing, amazing, amazing Sunday. One more thing, I wanted to ask you guys if, wait, let me move this a little bit more. I wanted to ask you, I will be going, or I'm hoping, I'm praying that I will get to go to the missions trip this July that my church is holding. It's going to be to El Salvador, and we will basically be doing a whole bunch of things for the less fortunate over there. I don't have the list with me right now, but I opened a GoFundMe account, and our goal is to reach $1,200. And I really, really want to go. It's going to be a life-changing experience for myself and for those who I will be helping over there. So if you find it in your heart to donate $1, $2, or whatever, it will be so helpful for me. You know, I am a college student and I'm trying to survive here all by myself. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, I will leave the link down below to my GoFundMe account, and if you find it in your hearts, please do so. I know it's for a great cause. I will be helping other people over there. And yeah, so again, thank you guys so much if you do decide to donate, and if you don't because you can't, don't even worry about it. Just disregard everything I said. Your prayers will be much helpful though. Just pray for me, and yes, okay, all right, bye.